How we do things here on this YouTube channel is a little bit different. Normally, a lot of times, if a YouTuber is telling you about a stock, if they say, okay guys, I'm really looking into Amazon stock. It has great potential, I'm buying the stock, whatever, right? They usually don't show their position. They don't show how many shares they're buying. They don't show how long they've been holding. They don't show if they're up. They don't show if they're down. And with me, it's a little bit different. I publicly disclose everything that I buy and sell. This is my Fidelity portfolio that currently sits at about $31,000, $31,135.34 to be exact. And we're gonna show in this channel, and this video specifically, position after position, buy, sell, every move in between, and we show both successes and failures. Because we don't just wanna show the good times. Because if I only showed you, guys, I made this good decision, and I never showed you any of my failures, then where's my credibility? How do you guys learn from mistakes? Because guess what? I am not perfect, and I make many mistakes in both life and the stock market in general. And so in today's video, what I wanted to show is the position that I just entered this Friday and how I think it is, in my opinion, the best risk versus reward opportunity in the stock market. So if you appreciate that transparency, if you like this information being shared with you for free on YouTube, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed or at least check out a couple of my videos or recommended them to a friend, and hopefully you get some good value out of this video. And let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So this is my Fidelity portfolio, currently sitting at $31,135, and out of that $31,000, about $13,500 of it was invested into CRSR stock, Corsair Gaming stock. This company, in my opinion, has some great value. Now, rather than go over specifically why I bought so many shares of this company, I would recommend that you go and check out my previous videos because it gives more in detail. But basically, to give a quick rundown, if you're not familiar, Corsair Gaming is in a growing market. They're into gaming, they're into streaming, they have an improving balance sheet, they're growing that cash position, paying off their debt, and more importantly, they trade at one of the lowest valuations for not only the stock market in general, but especially in the gaming and streaming space. If you compare them to competitors such as like Logitech, for example, or even Razer, they are very undervalued. Now, it's projected that they're going to do a significant amount of both revenue and earnings next year, which is much higher than their competitors, once again, based off of their stock price and their market cap. And they're trading at a PE when I bought it at, go ahead and take a look here. I'm highlighting it with my mouse. I bought this stock at $26.86. Since then, in the last month or so when I entered this position, it's so far increased about 7.8%. We're up about $1,048. And I think over the next year or two, I think we're gonna be up far, far, far more than that. I think that this stock will be, if I were to give a bare bones minimum, I would be really surprised if the stock is at least not $35 minimum, if not 40 or more. Now, that's not financial advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. I am not giving a buy recommendation for the stock. It's for entertainment purposes only. But that said, I would be shocked if the stock was still under 30 by next year. I would put it at less than a 10, maybe even less than a 5% chance. But that said, what I want to do is I want to go over to Webull here. And this is the year chart for Corsair Gaming. Now, the stock price doesn't tell you a whole lot because it only shows you the price of what people have been trading it at. But while this doesn't tell you anything about the fundamentals of the company, you can see that over the last year or so, it's traded anywhere since its public IPO price of about $14, all the way up at one point being all the way up to $51. And today it trades just under 30 bucks. It trades at $28.96, which is where it closed at. And like I said, I bought in just below 27, so about where this line is right here, where I'm hovering my mouse. Now, what I did, I want to show you what I entered into an agreement with. Now, if you're not familiar with covered calls, or if you're not familiar with options in general, this may look a bit foreign, this may look a little bit weird to you, but don't worry, I'm going to explain it as basic as I can. I did a covered call on Corsair Gaming. Now, let me explain in basic English an elementary explanation of what that is, okay? You see in my Fidelity portfolio, I own 500 shares of the stock. Now, me personally, I am not interested in selling Corsair Gaming. I want to own it. The only way that I want to sell Corsair Gaming is if I see a significant increase in price. If Corsair Gaming goes to 30, I'm not selling it. If Corsair Gaming goes to 35, not selling it. If it goes to 40 or more than that, that's where I start to get a little bit like, okay, it's probably starting getting closer to its fair value, where I'm not as interested in holding my position. I'll probably start looking at selling once it hits about $40 or more. So we know this information. We know that I have 500 shares. We know that I do not want to sell unless we see a significant price increase. And this is where covered calls come in. So what I did Right now, by the way, if you're watching this in the future, today's date is, let's see, September 18th, 2021. So I'm shooting this on a weekend. And we're gonna go on this option change here. These are all the options contracts, and I pick a date how far I wanna set this out. So we're gonna pick the one that I sold, September 16th of 2022. Almost on the dot, 1 year away from today. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna click sell, and we're gonna click call, and these will pull up all the call options. Now let's go ahead and go to the strike price that I chose, and I chose $40, okay? Now let's go ahead and click this, and like I said, I have 500 shares. So what we can do is we can sell up to 5 contracts. So each contract, you see right here on Robinhood where it says 100 shares each, 100 each is 1 contract. So 1 contract is 100 shares. 2 contracts is 200 shares. For me, in my case, I own 500 shares, so I can sell up to 5 contracts. So let's go ahead and put that in the number here. And what I sold it at was 3.25 each. And so the same thing with this number of shares, the same thing goes with the price. So $3.25, you multiply that times 100, that's 1 contract. So that's where if you see we plug in 1, this dollar amount goes to $3.25. If we go and bring it up to say 2, let's do it, 2, if I can put it in the thing. If it goes to 2, then it goes up to $6.50. If it goes to 3, $9.75, 4, $1,300, 5, what I put in, $1,625. What this basically means is that if next year Corsair Gaming is $40 a share or more on September 16th, 2022, then I have to sell my shares at $40 a share, where I agreed at on this strike price, where I'm hovering my mass out right here. Now let's go to my calculator. First off, I just bought these shares, and if I sell them 1 year from today at $40 a share, let's take 40, divide that by the price that I bought in at $26.86. That is a 48.9% increase in a 1 year period. Now those of you that know me, my portfolio goals is not even close to that. To generate the type of returns that I need for my very optimistic goals, I need to get 22% a year before taxes, right? And so this, without the covered call, the share price alone would generate 49% annual returns, okay? Now, let's say that Corsair Gaming shoots up to say $50 a share. Let's go to my mouse and let's go right here, let's go to September of next year, and let's say it shoots up all the way to where my mouse is at $50 a share. Then I have to sell at 40. That's the bad part about covered calls, is that once you pick a price, you can't sell higher than that. You have to stick with that price that you set. Here's the good news though. Let's say for whatever reason, Corsair Gaming does not have a successful year like I think it will be, and it is still at $30 next year. Well, no matter what happens up front today, not a year from now, today, the moment I press sell on this, I instantly get $1,625 in my pocket to work with. And that's exactly what I did. If you go to my covered call right here, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight it. This says CRSR 22, the year 22, 09, the month, September, and then 1616 at the covered call of 40. I sold 5 of these at $325 each. It says $324 because Fidelity took a tiny little fee for selling the options. But basically, I got over $1,600 to hold the stock for the next year. So instantly, right off the bat, if we look at, let's take $1,600, well, let's see what it was. Let's put it in our calculator. $1,621, and divide that by what I invested, which was $13,431. Instantly off the next year, off the next 12 months, I make a 12% return. I'm making 1% a month just to hold the stock. If we take in that same calculator, $1,620, what was it, $24? $21 after the fee. $1,621, divide that by 12. In terms of dollars, I'm getting paid a little over $135 a month just to hold the stock. If the stock goes up, goes down, doesn't matter. I get this just to wait. And that doesn't even count my other positions that I have, including iRobot, Chewy, Tattooed Chef, Clean Spark. And this is the type of opportunities that I look for in the market. If I'm going to hold this stock anyway, why would I not just get paid to wait? And that's essentially what I'm looking to do with Corsair Gaming. So if you want to follow along with me and you want to see more opportunities like this and how you can implement this with your own portfolio, not with Corsair Gaming itself, even if you don't agree with the stock or you don't like the company itself, I do this with multiple other names, and you could implement with another stock that you like. So if you like this with Apple stock, you can do something similar on your own terms on a price that you set. But basically, in my opinion, that is one of the best risk reward opportunities that I can find, because it gives me huge upside opportunity. When you factor in the covered calls and the share price, you're looking at a little over 60% yearly returns if that happens. And if it doesn't happen, I get paid $135 a month to wait over the next year. And so that is perfect for me and my opportunities with investing in the stock market. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out links down below in the description if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time.